Hello everyone! So today I wanted to do a different kind of reading for all of you. I've actually had this on my mind for months and I really just didn't feel like recording this whole time because I was going through some things, but here we are, I'm finally getting around to it. So today's reading, I want to tell you what the universe, your guides, everyone essentially thinks is amazing about you. I wanted to give you guys validations and just tell you what's special about you and what is wonderful about you. So this is all about making you guys feel good about yourselves because I think we all genuinely need more of that. So as you can see, we have 5 different readings and I want you to go ahead and take a look at each of the stones I've laid out and pick whichever one you're most drawn to, and I'll tell you what each one is. So first we have the pyrite, little cube of pyrite. It's one of my favorite crystals. Then for pile 2, we have Moldavite, which you can see I have a very tiny little shard of green Moldavite. Then for pile 3, we have Goldstone. See if I can get it to focus. As you can see, it's a very glittery stone because it's actually glass with bits of copper in it. Then for pile 4, we have this cut seashell. And last but not least, for pile 5, we have fluorite. It's just a little bit of a purple band in there. So just check the description below where you'll find the links to each of the piles, find the pile that you've chosen, and we can get into the reading for your group. Hello pile 1. So if you chose the pyrite, then this is your reading. First things first, let's have a look at your tarot card. So what I can see from the Chariot as your card is, for one, you may have associations to the zodiac sign of Cancer, because that is the sign associated to this card, but also you're a person who is motivated and you're really good at getting things done and taking care of business. And the universe loves that about you, that you are such a go-getter and you really tackle those big projects head on. It's also showing that you're a person who has great self-control. So you may be tempted by things, but you're really good at figuring out what the most appropriate course of action is for you, so that way you're not falling into anything that could make you stray from your path or from your goals. Okay, so some additional messages I'm getting about what makes you wonderful is that you are not ruled by your anger. You're able to keep control over your anger and to direct it and manage it in a really healthy way. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You're able to focus on your own happiness and to really find happiness within yourself, because that is such a huge challenge for all of us as humans, is to understand that happiness really comes from within and it doesn't come from things external to us. And then finally, we have the Ghost card here. And the Ghost card tells me that you don't let those fragments or those ghosts from your past keep you from living into your future. You don't allow those things to hold you back. You don't allow those things to keep you down. You don't allow those things to deter you from being the most amazing being that you can possibly be. Okay, and then in the Unicorn Oracle cards, we have Uncored Relationships. And this card tells me that you're very good at understanding when something like a relationship or even a situation or a job has really run its course for you, and that it's time for you to move on. And you do so with grace and forgiveness and kindness. And that is a really beautiful quality to have as well. And I'm also feeling like you don't cling to people, you don't hold people back from their own destinies. You really let the people that you care about be who they are. And that's a beautiful gift that you can give to others. So it's so amazing that you're able to do that for people and really let them be their best selves while also having your friendship or having your love or having your presence with them. Next, we have the Wolf Pathfinder card. And this again is speaking to your ability to understand when it's time to let things go and let them become something new, let them change, let them develop, and let them evolve. But you're also a person that can show others the way to do so as well. And that's a gift that the universe really appreciates within you. And this card also speaks to perseverance. Again, like the Chariot, you don't give up, you keep going. You are so strong and so able to love other people while loving yourself and kind of co creating with the universe and with the people around you this really beautiful reality. And look at that. So now we have Sea Otter, and this again is referencing happiness and your ability to be playful with life and to take happiness where you find it and to bring out happiness from within yourself. It also says that you're a really playful person and you like to have fun with things. And you're not a person who really succumbs to worry as much as other people may. You're better at kind of rising above worry and looking for the silver lining and finding the beauty in life every single day. And then we also have the Cougar, and this says you are assertive. You are a quiet but strong leadership type. You're able to really stand in your power amongst other people. And you're really able to truly be yourself while still working with other people where they're at. You have a lot of amazing and really unique qualities. So, next for you, I have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. And this is amazing, and it really kind of goes with all your other cards. The way that you live your life is doing this, it's creating this heaven on earth, this little pocket of beauty around you. Yeah, and look at this beautiful, beautiful imagery. Like, that's such a wonderful place. It definitely looks like somewhere I would want to live. But this is what you create around you, and that is so, so amazing. But if you're ever feeling self doubt, please remember what an amazing person you are and the beauty that you bring to this world, and just the sense of awe you seem to have about life is an incredible thing to behold. So, from the validation deck, and this is a deck that I designed, and I'll link it in the description for you. The first card I got was You Are Special. And I mean, I'm already seeing this from all the other cards I got for your reading, but this is absolutely true. You are an incredible, special being with so much light inside you and so much beauty. You are a wondrous thing to behold, and don't ever forget that. Next, we have You Bring Joy to the Lives of Others. And I can, again, very much see that from the cards that we have here. You are a light in other people's lives, and that is a wonderful thing. That is incredible that you're able to bring that light to earth for other people and really embody it in their lives. And next, we have You Make Others Smile, which, again, same theme. You bring so much joy and happiness into this world, and the universe and your guides and your angels are all, and your ancestors are all so, so proud of you. And watching how you move through life is like watching a symphony in motion. You might not be able to see it, but your guides and those around you can see this. How beautifully you're able to navigate the things that life throws at you, how gracefully you interact with other people, and just how much joy you bring to the room. You really are that person that lights up a room. I'm honestly starting to wonder if maybe you have some Leo energy in your chart, but you're just vibrant and you shine so, so brightly. So please hold that in your heart and know that the universe and all the beings and people around you cherish the light that is inside you, that you shine out on everybody freely and with abandon. So that is your reading for today. Thank you so, so much for joining me. And if you're called to check out any of the other piles and see what other good things the universe may have to say about you, please feel free to do so. But thank you again for watching. I love you all so much. Hello, pile 2. Okay, so your tarot card is the Five of Swords. So if you're familiar with this card, at first glance, it might not look like much of a compliment, because the Five of Swords usually does refer to conflict, disagreements, even, kind of battles or defeat. However, with the way that the artwork for this card has been drawn, you can see the man is sitting here in almost a contemplative way. And he does have the five swords spread out around him, but it's also in somewhat of an orderly way. And there are some people off in the distance, but overall, it's kind of a very serene scene compared to some of the other decks that I have for this card. But one of the meanings I typically get from the Five of Swords in readings is knowing when to pick your battles. But also, it can speak to the battle having run its course, and now we're in those moments afterwards where we're recuperating. So to me, that says that the first thing the universe wants you to know about what is amazing about who you are as a person is that, one, you're very good at picking your battles. You know when to fight, you know when to walk away. The Serenity prayer comes to mind. If you're not familiar with it, it goes a little something like, grant me the courage to change the things that I must, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and grant me the wisdom to know the difference. And I feel like that is exactly what this card is saying about you, is that you are that person that has all of those things. So you're very able to glide through any kind of conflict because you're very good at navigating those situations. Honestly, that's a quality I could do with a lot more of. Okay. Ooh, that's a good card to get. I kind of love this color palette, these three colors together. That's one of my favorite things with this deck, is I love the colors. It's called the Prism Oracle, by the way, this deck. I don't know why I feel like you guys might be into that, but there you go. So, let's start with success. You're a person that is very able to steer yourself to success, and I suspect it has something to do with how you handle conflict. You're able to, with that picking and choosing of battles, find the ones where you're going to be successful or where it's going to carry more success into your life. In ideation, I can see that you're a person who has projects that you get really, really involved in, and you have all these really beautiful, great ideas and the determination to see those through. You really see the bigger picture quite well, and your ability to look ahead into the future is really strong too. So I think that also lends itself to your ability to see your way into success. It's because you can see the path ahead so clearly, and you can imagine a better future for yourself and honestly for the world. And then reflection tells me that you're a person who's very good at introspection. You take the time to really self examine, to better yourself, to look at the parts of yourself that you want to change so that you can change them. And that, again, is an amazing quality to have. So then, from the Unicorn Oracle, or I think it's actually called The Magic of Unicorns, I have Cosmic Pearl, which speaks to psychic gifts. I also feel like there's some significance here to this being the 34th card in the deck. Just wanted to point that out. And this card is very associated with water. So I don't know if maybe you're a water sign or if you have a personal affinity for the water. I know I do. But this is definitely a very watery feeling, and like you're able to tap into the astral and the cosmic, and really, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, to be honest, but you are very psychically strong, and I think the universe wants you to maybe become aware of that if you're not already, and start to explore it consciously, because you're already doing it unconsciously, but now is time to wake up to it and to see it. And it's funny that you chose the Moldavite, because that's one of the things that stone is known for. It's kind of opening people's eyes to things and shaking things up. And actually, water, water, and blue, which is watery as well. Actually, reflection obviously would relate to water. And this is almost like one of those little stand mirrors reflected as if that was reflecting in a lake or something. So there's a lot of water around you. So of course, we get the puffin, which I believe they tend to live near water. So, what this card is saying that you have a beautiful personality. I'm sensing that you are charismatic in a really just lovely and gentle type of way. I feel like people are really drawn to you and want to have the experience of being around you and having conversations with you and just kind of be in the flow of what it's like to be in your presence. So next we have the ladybug, which is good luck. And not only do you have good luck and make your own good luck, but you bring good luck to other people as well. It's also saying you make the world a more colorful place. So, of course, I have more water for you with the sea turtle. And this card is saying that you are a master of finding the flow and being in the flow and just being in harmony with the energies around you. And it also speaks to perseverance, which I feel is actually coming out in the first group. But I feel like the Five of Swords is speaking to that as well. And we have Council of Light. Actually, look how beautiful this card is. I love this deck. It's called Work Your Light. It's by Rebecca Campbell. I have two decks and one book of hers, and I love them all. But look how gorgeous that is. But I feel like this card, in regards to you specifically, is speaking about your ability to bring things together, to kind of weave that web and direct the flow around you, in a way that both helps you to accomplish long-term goals, but also helps with manifestation. So I feel like maybe you're really good at manifesting. Again, you might not be aware of this yet, but the universe is telling you you are. And last but not least, this is the validation deck. This is a deck that I designed and the deck that inspired this whole reading idea. So first, I have that you are supportive, which tells me that you are probably a really, really good friend and a great person to be around. And then I have you deserve love. So if this is something that you have been doubting, consciously or unconsciously, that is incorrect. You absolutely 100% you deserve love. Don't ever think that you don't. And I'm wondering almost if that's too, the Five of Swords is referencing some internal conflict because you are this incredible, beautiful being, and yet you doubt your own validity. You doubt that you deserve love. Well, I'm here to tell you, you deserve love. And this almost feels like kind of the theme of this reading because several things have come up that I think you didn't know or weren't fully aware of because now you're stronger than you know. And I can tell that that is 100% true. You are so much stronger than you're aware of. So take a moment and just internalize that. Put your hand on your heart chakra and just know deeply how strong you are. You are very gifted and amazing, and you have so much beauty that you put out into the world that you might not even be seeing. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that you joined me today. If you feel drawn to any of the other readings, please feel free to go ahead and check those out. And until next time, I love you all. Hello, Pile 3. If you picked the glittery coppery goldstone, this is your reading. So let's start with your tarot card, which is the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is showing me that you are full of courage and determination. You are such a strong person. You do not let things get you down. And even when it seems like something impossible stands before you, you still keep walking forward towards it. You take that head on and you don't back down. And that is amazing. Okay, so in your colorful prism oracle cards, First thing that came out was flow, which tells me that you are really good at vibing and flowing with life, taking things as they come, and that clearly is speaking again to your courage, because it takes a lot of courage to kind of let the water take you where it wants to. It's kind of like being on a little inner tube on whitewater rafting rapids and going with it, because you really fighting the river is extremely difficult and basically impossible, and most people still try to do it, but you don't. You allow that river to take you where it needs you to go. With happiness, I can see, and this actually came up in a prior reading, that you're somebody who is really good at finding the happiness within you and not expecting it necessarily to come from outside of you. Because that is one of the great secrets of life that we all know without knowing, is happiness comes from within. We make our own happiness, and you're doing that. You're really good at it. And then with energy, I can see that you're a really high energetic person. You bring a vibrancy and you just lift the spirits of the room when you walk in. And I can tell that that makes people want to be around you, because you make things more fun. You make things more exciting. It's kind of the life of the party vibe. And it's coming through that some of you might be introverted and think that's not the case, but introverts can still be the life of the party. Ask me how I know, because I am an introvert and at times I have been that. What happens for us though is it takes so much more energy, that even though we can do it and we can have fun with it, we really desperately need to recharge pretty much immediately afterwards. So make no mistake about it, if you're an introvert, you can still be the life of the party. And then from the Magic of Unicorns deck, we have Ascension Lift. And what this card shows me is I'm almost getting the sense of flight, or even maybe like telekinesis. So that's something that might come out for you eventually as a spiritual gift, is you might be able to do a little bit of telekinesis. But also this card is speaking to a very rapid spiritual growth, which makes me think that recently you've been really working on that and awakening, or you've already awakened and you're trying to further increase your spiritual connections. And the universe is saying that you are doing amazing at that, and you've been so, so successful. And there's also a beautiful rainbow, which is coming to me as you really seeing the brightness and beauty in life, and you're always looking to the sky to see those wonderful signs from the universe, just to say, hey, today's a beautiful day, tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, and you make life a beautiful place. And this card also talks about opportunity, and that makes me think that both probably you have some coming your way soon, but also that you're pretty good at taking those opportunities and making the best of them when they do come up for you. Also, I don't know if this is like a super mixed group or what, but I'm getting like elements all over the place. So either you are a group of people who really like a lot of different elements, which I'm actually kind of in that group too. Like, just the whole concept of elemental things has always fascinated me. But this is so airy. Wands is fire energy. This is so watery, and this is kind of, again, almost fiery. So I guess the only thing we don't really have represented here is Earth. At least not yet. Well, apparently you just won the lottery, because I was only drawing 3 of these cards, but y'all got 4. Interesting. These are all such earthy cards, too. Funny, I was literally just saying about the Earth thing. So, first things first, you have the polar bear, which is mystic. So I'm really back again to this, and with like the flow and energy, I'm getting the sense that you've got some serious spiritual gifts you might not be aware of, or you might be still in the process of developing, but it's more than you know. So like whatever you already know of, there's more. There's way more coming your way. But yeah, so this card is really saying just embrace those psychic abilities, because you have many, and you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger with them. So I also have Wolf, which says Pathfinder. And this is speaking to you having perseverance and being really strong, but also really loving. Then we have Elk, Nobility. And this also is speaking the same as the Nine of Wands did, to you being a conqueror to being really courageous, you are so able to bust through challenges that it is amazing. And the universe just really wants to honor you for that, and for you to honor that within yourself and recognize what a beautiful gift that is that you have and that you bring to the world. I can tell that there are people who look up to you because of your ability to face challenge head on and not back down. And then we have the Deer card, which represents love. Um, and I don't think this one is necessarily talking about a quality that you have so much as it is saying to show yourself more love. Be kind to yourself, recognize your accomplishments. That actually is here as well. The elk says to celebrate your accomplishments. So I'm definitely getting the sense that you're not giving yourself enough credit for how incredible you are. And the universe really wants to drive that point home that you are seriously amazing, and you need to start really recognizing and seeing that in yourself. See just how much it is that you sparkle in this world. So we are all lucky to have you here. Got it, got it. It's always funny when I'm doing these readings for you guys and messages keep coming out for me. Because they have been. I just got like the third one. Remember how I was saying about Earth? And obviously, I mean, look at the mountains and the trees and such. It came out with those, but Earth. Are you a Taurus? I know there's probably a bunch of different people watching this, but I know there's Tauruses out there. I can tell from as much Earth as came charging out of these decks after I commented on it. So, this card is speaking to the strength not only of you yourself and how you act as a keeper of the earth, but also you have ancestors standing alongside you. And again, this could be something you're completely aware of at this point, because I can tell you've already been on a spiritual journey. But if you weren't aware, your ancestors are with you. And if you want to communicate with them better, my suggestion would be to set out an offering, and that can be burning a stick of incense, it can be lighting a candle, even like a little tea light or something. You can actually set out food as an offering. Just hold the intent while you do whatever it is you're setting out, and just say, you're giving this offering to your ancestors, and you would love for them to send you signs or contact you in some way. And if you yourself do tarot, that's a great way to try to talk to your ancestors or get more ideas about them. You can also try a pendulum or really any form of divination that makes sense to you. But you can also ask for a really specific sign as well. Like one that I've asked for is a dragonfly. And then, I'd see for a few days dragonflies everywhere. So yeah, always feel free to ask them to come forward, ask for signs, ask for any form of communication that makes sense to you, because they are always around us and just waiting to talk us up. And I literally mean talk us up. Like, this whole reading has been about validation. That's what I'm talking about. So this deck is the validation deck, and it was the inspiration I had to even do this reading, because I had designed this deck and then I was using it myself one day and thought it would be a great idea to do a whole reading around this concept. So okay, I was told to say this. I have literally no idea why. It could be for just one of you, no idea. But just the concept that we all see ourselves differently on the inside than we look on the outside. And this is connected to, like, for example, maybe this is specific to some of you, not feeling like you look sexy enough to be sexy, but you are. Because you trust me, you are. Even if you don't see it. Just trust that. Anyway. Okay, so first things first, you are special. And don't you doubt that for even a second, because you 100%, you are special. You are full of light, you are full of beauty, and you are full of magic, even if you don't know it yet. You make others smile. You bring a light into the room, you bring an energy into the room, you bring a joy into the room, and other people end up happier because you were there and you were loving, which tells me that to the people in your life, you give so much love that maybe you don't even see, but you share so much of your love with the world, and that makes it a better place. So, thank you for that. So, that is all I have for your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you feel called or drawn to any of the other piles, by all means, watch those too, because I'm sure there are multiple messages out there for you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I love you all. Hello, Seashell Group, aka Group Number 4. Wow. This is a newer deck for me, so I'm still getting used to how gorgeous these cards are. Art Nouveau is one of my favorite art styles of all time. Alphonse Mucha is one of my favorite artists, and these cards have gold foil. So, you have Temperance, which is right off the bat, the universe is saying that you are a balancing and harmonizing force in this world, which is amazing. That is such a beautiful thing for you to bring into the world. And it also shows that you're really good at harmonizing things in your own life as well. But I also have to wonder if you're musically inclined, because harmony is coming through so strongly. So if you are, let me know in the comments. I'm so curious if I have musicians in here. But I'm just getting this sense that you bring disparate things together and harmonize them in amazing ways. And it could even be like a career thing that you do as like your day-to-day work. There's even harmony in the job that you do. So these cards are from the Prism Oracle deck, which is one of my favorites. All the cards are different color, and I'm very much a person who loves rainbows. But what we're getting here is just wow. It's continuing that same energy as the Temperance card of these beautiful cooling tones and just the, surrender and reflection and cleanse. It's almost like whatever the vibrations are in a space before you enter, you coming in and you being in that space calms everything down. It like everything chills, everything cools, everything relaxes and flows and just becomes more, loose and easygoing and comfortable. Like, it's funny because some of the other piles had high energy, and the energy that you bring is so soothing. Which, I mean, this card itself looks so soothing, and these colors too. And, it really fits with the ocean vibe as well. You're so watery. Are you a water sign, I wonder? I don't know. And I can actually, like, feel your energy right now. I'm the coolest I've been all day. I feel like being around you is such. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a day at the beach. Seriously. Just like being around you is like sitting and watching the waves at the shore. So, from the Magic of Unicorns deck, I'm being told that not only are you a person who seeks and will certainly attain enlightenment, you have a very high level vision of everything. You see the world, life, everything almost as if from high above. You can see the small details, but you can also see the big picture so easily. And you also are really good at seeing the beauty in everyone, at seeing the divine in everyone, and understanding how separation is an illusion. Because that's just average every day for you. You just know this. It's part of your worldview that we are not truly separate at all, and that's just fake. You just innately know that we're all like a big family. I almost wonder if you're a caregiver by trade. I know I said music and harmonizing, but I'm getting like very caring vibes as well. I know where that enlightenment and high vision came from, because according to the Black Jaguar, you are an old soul, and not just any old soul. And this really fits with your whole vibe. You are a really, really old soul. Like, the number of lifetimes you've lived is innumerable on Earth or elsewhere, and you've definitely been elsewhere. You're cosmic for sure. You're practically angelic. Like, I almost feel like you can like come and go from this plane as you see fit, whether or not you realize it. It might be something you do in your sleep or something in your dreams. Freedom. You're very much a free spirit, and also I can tell that you give love just so freely. I just can tell that you move through the world with a level of grace that so few can achieve. Like, to the point you're barely human. As weird as that sounds to say, I know. My readings don't usually go this direction. This is kind of wild. Like, I'm genuinely curious who is getting this reading, because, I mean, you're for sure Starseeds. There's no way you're not. But, I mean, you might even have spent way more time off of Earth than you've spent on Earth. And, yeah, you've been around. Another unicorn for you. And this one speaks to infinite possibilities. And this speaks of magic and beauty and unseen worlds, all of which I get the sense you are aware of around you all the time. And miracles. Can't say I'm surprised at all to see that card in your reading. Yeah, you fly, you flow, you vibe, and the universe is, you probably have already heard this before, so incredibly proud of you, and it's just really recognizing the high levels of being that you have achieved, the high vibrations, the flow, the way that you move through life. Just, it's magic. Like magic incarnate is what I'm getting. And I feel like somebody I distinctly know would choose this reading. So, if you're watching this, you know who you are. So, it's very, very interesting. First of all, look at this color palette. Love it. It's kind of the color palette of my life. Even the black. Because I wear all black most of the time, but my hair is like these colors. Anyway, so this, I'm sensing, isn't as much a description of you as it is a suggestion for you. Because as light and airy and watery and flowy as you are, you can be way too serious about things and not give yourself time to just have fun. But the universe wants you to just have fun. Enjoy life. That's why we're here. Yes, there's lessons. Yes, there is important, important work to do, but we're also here to have fun. We're here to chase those rainbows. I don't know where that phrase came from, but it came out for some reason. Chase those rainbows. And last but not least, we have a deck that I designed called the Validation deck, and this is the deck that inspired this whole entire reading, because I just wanted to make a video to really validate you guys and make you basically convey what the universe thinks is amazing about you, what your guides think is amazing about you, what your ancestors love about you, what I love about you. So first we have Your Thoughts Matter. So I don't know if you have been in situations where you wanted to speak up or you even tried to speak up and you were shut down, but you did not deserve that. What you think about situations absolutely matters and is important. I just got chills. Don't let anybody make you think that what you think is irrelevant, because it is not in any way, shape, or form irrelevant. I knew you were on a spiritual path with This one, enlightenment. I know you're working on it because your work to better yourself is amazing. This is one of my favorite cards in this whole deck. I don't know why I love this one so much. Something about it just makes me so happy, but you've done a lot of work on yourself, and the universe is so proud. Everybody is so proud of you, and it really shows that you've put in so much effort and you've grown so tremendously, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, so this card makes me wonder how much time you've spent wishing you were not on Earth. And not even necessarily in a not alive way, just a you not feeling like this is your home, which, I mean, clearly it's not. You're so celestial. That's the word. You're celestial. But anyway, the universe wants to remind you why you're here. This planet needs you. What you bring to this planet is so insanely important. I can't even put it into the words. I'm feeling it because I've been feeling your energy this whole time, but your contributions are insanely important, hugely important. So I feel it too. This planet can feel so incredibly alien to somebody. That's an ironic choice of words. But this planet can feel so alien to somebody who is as celestial as you are, as much of an old soul, somebody who's just such a flow and a vibe, and then being here is so heavy. But you are truly needed. And that's why you're here. And I think deep down you know that. So hang in there. You got this. You're amazing. Like, completely amazing. So thank you so, so much for tuning in. If you were drawn to any of the other piles, feel free to check those out. I'm sure more than one could potentially resonate for you. So thank you again, and until next time, I love you all. Hello, Pile 5. If you chose the Fluorite, this is the reading for you. So, my lovely Page of Swords people, I'm going to put this really, really bluntly. You cut through the bullshit. And that's one of your most amazing qualities, that you just take care of that. But I'm also seeing that you are thoughtful and you're really good at bringing clarity to a situation. And I'm also seeing that you can be a really curious person. Like, you have such a bright curiosity about life, almost cat like in a way. And and that's something that the universe and your guides really appreciate about you. I'm genuinely getting a vibe that it's really cute. The way you light up at things, like, it's like this burst of joy that your guides get from it, that your ancestors get from it, that everybody around you gets from seeing you light up with curiosity and just the adventure and joy of discovering the world. Ooh, my gosh. So the first thing I notice is the monochromatic color palette that came out. So I'm curious. Do you tend to wear all black? Maybe grays? Are you my goth kids? Are you my witchy people? So I'm seeing, first of all, that you exude confidence. And some of you might be like confused by that because you might not realize it. And that is totally possible for somebody to actually be a very confident person but not feel it, because it's just kind of things that we tell ourselves. We tend to tell ourselves the stories of things that happened in the past, and we forget that over time we've changed. So I feel like this is a message to maybe think about it. Consider your actions, consider how you move through life. Maybe you're way more confident than you realize, and maybe it's time to give yourself credit for that. With Ghost, it's funny, this came out in an earlier reading with a very different vibe about it, because this time, what I'm getting from Ghost has to do with the way you move through life, almost like a specter or a spirit. Like, you can be in a room, like, so quietly that people jump when they notice that you were there in the first place. Like, you maybe were even in the room when they walked in and they're doing their thing, and then they look over and they see you and they're like, holy crap. I get the feeling that you have that vibe, that you can even move really quietly and just kind of almost deliberately stay in the background when you want to. It's interesting that that's being brought out. I'm not sure why they're bringing that out, but maybe that really resonates for some of you out there. And then with protection, I can tell that you are extremely protective of the people you care about and even strangers. Like, you're a person who wants everyone to be treated with kindness and fairness and love. And when you see that not happening, it really amps you up. And again, cutting through the bullshit, I'm really getting Lizzo vibes. So I don't know if you like Lizzo's music, but if you don't know Lizzo, you should check out Lizzo's music because I feel like you might love her music. The song specifically, Good as Hell, keeps playing in my mind as I do your reading. So check it out. Check out her other music too. I love her music. She's an awesome, awesome musician. Interesting. So, if you're somebody who was here for one of my prior readings and you watched a second video, you might recognize this card because it came out for one of the earlier groups as well. And just in case, I'll give you a second one. They wanted to come out. So, first we have the Cosmic Pearl, which is saying that you, my dear, are rather psychic, and you might not realize it, but you are. And this is something that's probably going to be developing more if you're not aware of it in the near future. So be open to it is essentially the message here. Allow yourself to grow in that direction and explore those gifts because they're there for your benefit and for the benefit of the entire world. And then with Cosmic Sapphire, the big takeaway that I'm feeling from this one is speak your truth. And you're very good at that. You're good at saying, no, that's ridiculous. This is how I see it. And really cutting to the heart of the matter and being blunt when you need to be and getting the facts out on the table. You speak out and you don't hold back in a way that is really beneficial both to yourself and to everyone around you. Because there's a certain beauty to that bluntness. Not playing games, not beating around the bush. It saves a lot of time, frankly. And other people look to you because they don't feel confident enough themselves to do that. So they really appreciate that you're that person that'll do that, that you're that person that will speak up, that will make sure the truth is known. So we have the bee, which speaks about community, which I can already tell that you are a person who's very strong with community ties, and it's really important to you to have those community ties, but also to participate in the act of community to help build and improve and work on the community, to bring people together, to develop programs, and maybe even set up charities or something along those lines to benefit the people around you. Yeah, and definitely it's coming back again to that protective vibe, that protective in a way that is proactive. And that's the sense I'm getting about you, that you're always trying to get ahead of the curve, ahead of the... maybe it's your bluntness, but I feel like I just need to say it this way. Ahead of the barge of bullshit. So I don't know if that's a phrase you use often. I've never said it before, but that's what came up. And then we have the cat, which speaks to independence. And this is great because it's saying that you are not a person who participates in, the movement of the crowd or groupthink, or you don't play follow the leader, you are the leader. Like, very much so. I'm getting like intense leader vibes from you. Like, you really show people the way, and very specifically, you show people how to be better, how to treat others with more respect, how to improve themselves. Then we have a squirrel, always prepared. And this is saying, in addition to the idea of just you do the smart things, you make sure things are in place, you make sure that things are taken care of, but it also says that you're really good at balancing hard work and play. You're good at finding that balance in life so that you don't get burned out from all this amazing work you do, because I can tell you're a person that's out there doing amazing things for other people. But you're very good at having fun too, and not letting your life only be about work. I'm excited to pull your Work Your Light card because I feel like it's going to be a good one. So this was a card from earlier as well, so I'm going to show it to you, but I'm not going to talk as much about this one. As you can see, it talks about creating heaven on earth, which like I said, I can tell that that's something that you actively work on every day, is to try to make the world a better place. Okay, so I assume they want me to say this because whoever this is referring to, they want you to know how much this reading is about you, like specifically. So one of you out there either just got braces or just got braces taken off. I'm not sure which, but I keep seeing the smile with braces. So I guess you know who you are. But they want you to that was basically a way of casting out disbelief about this really representing you, to take away your self-doubt. I swear I keep getting the same cards. This came out in a reading earlier too. I'm gonna keep going till I get a card that's just for you. That also came out in an earlier reading. Spirit is really being defiant about not giving me a new card from this deck specifically for you, so it actually also gave me the card that literally just says no. So we're gonna go with it. But these are all beautiful cards as well. So this is the validation deck, which is one that I designed myself, and it inspired this whole reading, wanting to validate you guys. This is one of my favorite cards too. I am proud of you. And that's not just from me. That's from the whole universe. That's from your guides. That's from your ancestors. That is from everyone. We are all proud of you. Okay. So like I was saying, I can tell you're a hard worker. And this card makes me think that some of what drives that hard work is a feeling, probably from your childhood, that you can never do enough. So the universe wants you to know you are enough. Just by existing, you are already enough. You're more than enough. You don't have to try so hard. You don't have to earn love. Or see if we can get one more. This one clearly wants to come out. Oh, I love this card too. Okay, I'm already getting chills and I haven't even shown it to you. So I'm going to show it to you, and I don't think I need to even say anything about it. I believe in you. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope these messages resonated for you, and I hope you're able to believe in yourself as much as the universe believes in you, as much as I believe in you, because you're amazing and I don't think you even know it, but you are. So thank you. Thank you for being you, and thank you for watching and joining me today. Till next time, I love you all.